It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Broncos' superstar cornerback. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Broncos and the...
We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. Returning it from the 4. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
Is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
They bring Wilson in motion right. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. They'll throw it. His first throw is an interception. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
On first down, they'll run. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Launching for the pylon, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Broncos parlay the interception into points. That one right down the middle. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their second drive coming up. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
This is complete to Gibbs. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So march it forward after they accept the penalty.
Automatic first down.
Running it after the penalty. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
3rd and long for him here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. He manages 13 on this punt return. And the Broncos get set to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. They give it to him again. And they stop the reverse and hand them a big loss on the play.
I know we're in a day and age of technology and we don't have books with pages, Kate, but I guarantee you, if you still had a playbook on the sidelines, that page and that play is ripped out, not called again. What a loss on 2nd down. And now we're
intercepted in their own end zone. You do not see this often. Now, they're on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Putting a receiver in motion. Back to the air following the pick 6. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's going to push one deep down the right. Big gain downfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. Make sure they finish with 6 points.
Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Broncos headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Set up. Check smash. Check smash. Hey, smash. Check go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Ready up. Go, trap. Go, trap. Here we go. Set.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Another chance for him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
They'll try him left side. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. A give left side for Gibbs. And this one does not go far. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This one intended for the running back. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back now, pressure on its way. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Tyreek Stevenson has it.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
They send a tight end in motion. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Riggs. Ready.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. This has the makings of a shootout. A lot of points, but still tied. Time for our 2nd quarter. Let's see if the Broncos can capitalize in the red zone.
Head the street. Check. Ready.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wilson, the receiver, in motion left. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. DJ Reed brings him down that time. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
He's a gain of 25 yards. And the Buccaneers 1st down.
Here's a throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Stays in the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line, ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
3rd down run by Gibbs. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bobbled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Slot man motioned over. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Running for it. Here's Gibbs. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ryan, go! Street.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
Brings up third down.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Motioning one of the tight ends. Lone back gets the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's 2nd and 5. Complete out to the right side. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos looking to add to their advantage. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Motioning him from the slot right. Going ground on 1st and goal. And he's brought down for a loss. Everybody rushing back to the line.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Go, Reed. Go. Ready.
Going ground game again here. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Short pass caught by his tight end. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Turn a good play into a great play.
Looking for George Pickens that time. And now it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Still sticking with the passing game. Has him on the quick hitter. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see what they went with on third down. Pass play now. Oh no, they get him yet again. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. You get a pick six, you get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bucs offense taking over late in the half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Getting right back to it after that interception. Lays out left side and gets it. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 from the 41.
Let's go now. Go.
Pass play coming here. It's Pickens on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Back to throw now. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. First down, ball at the 36. He'll throw it yet again. He sends this one to the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough so they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. Play action on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Give him 30 yards on that one. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it sets up second down. Man in motion, out of the slot. Man in motion here. Throwing it just before halftime. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. So we've reached halftime in Denver. Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Broncos. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10.
Let's go.
Motioning him from the slot right. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Buccaneers and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
70 Lions.
Back to throw. Wilson's got it. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
That throw finds Pickens. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Let go.
He's going to throw this one. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Brown's kick is up and good. And that lowers the gap to 25 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. Ball at the 33 for first down. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. They'll run here on first down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Hey, smash.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's stopped after getting this down to about the 44. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Check, Bobcat, check.
Back to the well again. And he's going to fight his way down to the 35-yard line. You're working quickly here.
35-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Roll. Man the street. Ready?
The give here on 2nd. And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. And this is now a 100-yard game for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Riggs.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
Check go.
The handoff on 3rd and short. He gets the 1st and more inside the 15. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Broncos lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plunges, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Finds him on the slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Thankfully, only one. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
They connect for the first. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They'll throw it again. That's complete to Wilson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Another one for Gibbs. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on fourth down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Let's go.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And the defender comes away with it. And the Broncos take over as he records the 40th interception of his career.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. He puts everything behind this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that makes it 3rd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 24-yard line.
Check. Go, Reed, go.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos approaching win number 7 on the year. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Here we go. Check. Check smash. Check smash. Rig alert. Rig alert. Ready.
They'll run for this. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards puts them back on the right track. Now they've got 3rd and 9.
Let's go now.
He'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20. Tampa. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Broncos are going to take over after the interception.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
Check that. Street. Hurt. Check go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Check smash.
A tight end in motion now. Another carry for him. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
Running this one left. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Smash. Hurt.
And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
All right, 1 more snap to play here.
Check Bobcat. Panther Street. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos continue adding to an insurmountable lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And they carried some of that winning football from last game